What's up? It's me, Nick, whatever you call me. Room Rant, let's do it. Starting right now. Bingo. First topic. The other day I watched an episode of Seinfeld. It's a 90s TV show. If you never watched it, it's really funny. It's basically about nothing. It was the first time I had ever watched episodes from the first season that was made. All the ones on TV I've ever seen are from what I've now realized are the second season and later. And it's really interesting to see how characters develop and also change over time. Basically, like, in that series, not only do some of the characters gain a little weight throughout the series, but also just like the setting and the setup of like the main like places that are displayed in the TV show are different in the beginning versus the end. Same happens, like How I Met Your Mother or like The Office. I mean, the characters change as the actors and actresses become used to like their roles. The way they personify their characters becomes, I think, better and more natural as they go along. Like the first season of The Office to me was never really my favorite, even though it's really funny. I just don't think the characters are natural enough compared to some of the later seasons when they're finally like used to their roles and everything. But that's just my opinion. I just thought about it the other day where I just thought it was really interesting to see how the end of the show, the characters and the actors kind of look a little different than if you go back to the beginning. It just is like a complete shock. I find it especially crazy in shows like Friends and How I Met Your Mother. When you go from like the last seasons to the very first seasons, the characters are so different. I mean, not only like in Friends, it's mostly just their haircuts. Every single season, Ross has a different haircut, and so does Joey. Joey has a different haircut in the beginning versus the end, so it's kind of weird to go back to the beginning. Oh, and Monica, she changes all the time. But then in How I Met Your Mother, even like Barney looks completely different at the end of the series than the beginning, and it's just kind of shocking when you go straight from the end to the beginning. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Next thing. I, for one, am one of those people that absolutely hate having their phone out of their case. Every time I take my phone out, which isn't very often, I feel like I'm just gonna break it in half, like over the edge of this table or something, and I just feel like I can bend it. So I don't like to take it out of here. This phone is the first phone I've ever had that I've cracked the screen on. It's happened twice. It happened the first week I owned it. It slipped out of my pocket onto the concrete from about 3 feet up. And the second time, I just dropped it, in this case actually, face first on the ground, and it shattered the case. So I'm very cautious about taking it out. And the other day, I don't know, sometimes I like to let it breathe, so I'll just take it out when I'm just sitting on my bed or something, just to feel a little wild and crazy and a little risky with having it out. But the other day I was on the couch and I literally dropped it probably a total of 2 feet from the couch to the carpeted floor, and immediately I was like, alright, it has to go back in its case because it's gonna break. And so, yeah. As phones get thinner and thinner, I just trust their durability less and less, so I just really feel like anytime my phone is out of its case, it's as breakable as like a wooden pencil. Like if I really wanted to, I could just go like that. It probably isn't true, but there's no way for me to really test my theory either. So it would be really cool as if when I got a new phone, I didn't have to give this one back to him, so that I could then just like take it and literally just smash it. Maybe when I go to get a new phone, if I know I'm gonna go get one, maybe I'll just crush this one before I go get a new one, and then I can just be like, I don't have one to give you, man. That's probably not gonna happen either, but you never know. It could be cool. Anyways, this is really just super random and really stupid, but when I was younger, I feel like I was one of the only people that actually didn't mind flat soda. In a lot of cases, I thought flat soda was better than just the regular soda for whatever reason. But recently, I had flat soda, and when I tasted it, it was not very good. It was Diet Pepsi, I think, or Diet Coke, I don't know. I think it was just the flavor of that, because I'm not a massive fan of Pepsi or Coke to begin with, so then when it was flat, I wasn't really interested. The problem is like, the reason I was always okay with flat soda is because when I drank regular soda, the carbonation would make me hiccup almost immediately every single time. And I didn't drink soda that often, so that's probably part of it. Like, my body wasn't used to having it, so I really wasn't used to the carbonation. So it was like 3 sips, and I was hiccuping for at least 5 seconds, and then like, or maybe a little longer, I don't know how long, but I hiccuped a little bit. And then eventually, as I drank more and more, I would get past that little phase there. So I don't really know, but I just remember when I was younger, flat soda, A-okay with me. So, yeah. I found recently that I have had like really cool dreams. Like as I'm sleeping or as I'm dreaming, I realize like, whoa, this is kind of cool. And then I forget that I have like 3 alarms set just so that I slowly wake myself up. I used to be a 1 alarm person, but now that my classes are like way in the afternoon, 1 alarm is like I'm right back to sleep. So I set 3, like the first one goes off at like 6:30 in the morning, which used to be my hockey alarm, but I just never changed it. Second one at 9 and the next one at 9:30. So like today it really worked. I woke up at 9:30 and then I got out of bed. But anyways, so I realized I've had these really cool dreams recently, but it sucks because these alarms go off like right in the middle of them. And then the slight amount of effort it takes for me to roll over and turn them off is enough to make me realize that I'm not going to be going back into this dream, and it just sucks. I would love to be able to say what these dreams were or even what they're about, but I honestly just don't have a clue. The only thing I know is that while they were happening, I was just like, whoa, this is pretty sick, or this is really interesting. I really wish I was one of those people that could do a full recall in their dreams all the time, or I wish there was a way I could like attach something to my brain overnight so that I could watch back my dreams and all the nonsense that's going on, like the next day, which I think is definitely going to be a possibility someday. It has to be. Like, there's too many people that are just a little bit curious and would definitely buy a machine like that for it not to just become a thing someday. So, yeah. Cool dreams recently. Don't know what they are. Sorry. That's all I have, really. Wish I could give you more details, but there's just nothing. There's nothing there. Alright, hopefully that wasn't too random for you. There were just some things that I felt like I could talk about, and that's it. So, catch you on the flippity flop. Peace.